Shalom Israel. First most when all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Bashim Kakadash, the one of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach us his truth, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect Israel, and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, Bahashim means the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the unbegotten Son. Back on the lesson, and today we're going to go to the slap that happened, hours back. Chris Rock making a joke about, Will Smith's wife. And, even Will Smith was laughing at the joke. And then, he turned, looked at his wife. And she, was angry, rolling her eyes, getting mad about it. Her pride was hurt. And Will Smith, I guess, didn't like that. Even though, I'm just, but, he didn't like that. He went up to Chris Rock, said something, I would think, keep his wife, out of his mouth or whatever, to that liking. And, smacked him. And it's ultimately just a gigantic gimmick, nothing but a show and, a distraction to lead the people away from what's actually happening all around the world and things that these devils are trying to do, which you ultimately see this in many cases. These devils will pull a bunch of gimmicks and cause a lot of commotion with celebrities or award shows to get the people's eyes onto them and to not be focused on the thing that's happening and the things that they're trying to do. I see things that's happening with the juice, things that are going on in Ukraine, Russia, and the things these devils are trying to do, ultimately create the foundation for the beast system by the MOTB, the Kuragma. So you see things are heating up, but I see it's nothing but a gimmick, These are one of the highest, greatest actors, in the industry. So when people are believing it, man. So he smacks them, look at each other, and just smiling, man. Nothing but a gimmick, but Will Smith is also just, a beta. He's sorry, speaking too fast, but he's a cuck, man. So he'll go up to a person that makes fun of his wife and slap him, but won't go up to the person, the man that went onto his woman, that his wife cheated on him with, and won't do anything about that. But we'll joke about it and we'll be fine with it, I mean, come on. Ultimately, Will Smith, sort of his whole family, like that whole family is through, man. And I guarantee you, if Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith, his wife would have laughed about it, and would have been dying over it, man. Through. But I see on Twitter also, refresh this. It says, Best Actor Will Smith apologized to the Academy in an acceptance speech shortly after he was involved in an on-air altercation with comedian Chris Rock. Which you can see right here. Which, Chris Rock, played that off well, man. These are actors for a reason, man. And these are one of the popular, actors that are, have done tons of movies where they've been smacked before in the movie. So, I mean, come on. And Will Smith crying after apologizing. I mean, it's nothing but an act, man, and a gimmick. A distraction. But still didn't change the fact that, Will Smith is a beta, man. Letting his woman, cheat on him and still get with her, still fight for her, when she doesn't even want to fight for you or, is taking you for a joke, man. Through. And he even had a Twitter trending of, of the word cuck, and it's showing Will Smith, man. Let's see if I can find it. Well, it was trending for a minute. Yeah, it's probably gone. They probably took it down. Let's see. You see, Will Smith is trending, man. Just to get a little bit more information on it, and then we'll jump into the scriptures. And a few of those memes that you see, you already have people making skits on it, man. But the Best Actor Will Smith apologized to the Academy in an acceptance speech shortly after he was involved, which we just read. That you see. We just showed it. All right, look at this. It says, Will Smith, when you sleep with his wife, versus when you make a joke about his wife. See, so he'll allow someone to sleep with his wife, do nothing about it, right? Which ultimately, that's adultery, and he's still with her, still fighting for her when she doesn't even want him, man. And which ultimately, these actors, they sold out. They're under Esau's thumb. So, Esau using them as puppets to, cause a distraction, commotion. And, when this first happened, you had tons and tons of people talking about it, man. Which I wish that I had that post. Because it's pretty funny, man. You had tons of people talking about it, calling Will Smith out, saying he will smack somebody for making a joke, won't smack the person that, slept with his wife, and all that, man. But, hey, he's ultimate too, man. But, once again, the main point I'm trying to push is, how this is a distraction and a gimmick, man. But just can't wait for G.I. Jane 2. You see him laughing about it. I said August would let him say that about me. Yeah, one of them smacked him and all that.
What Will Smith did tonight was straight bullshit. Props and congratulations to him for winning the Oscar, because damn it, he deserved it. And I love the brother and I'm proud of him, but boy, was that a shameful act for him to commit tonight. To go up on stage and slap Chris Rock like that, he's...
Basically, tons of people ultimately talking about it. And, as I was saying earlier, it's like it sound like a broken record, but, this is not but a gimmick and a distraction, man. Because you see this in many cases, and it's happened a lot before. These devils will cause something, cause a problem or, a commotion with certain celebrities, or whatever the case may be, to basically lead the eyes of the people away from what's really happening onto something that's completely stupid and not worth the time and to be focusing on, man. A lot of people love to see drama, and, fiend for it, man. Look at this. And you have tons of people calling him out, man. So he'll smack somebody for making a joke about his wife, right? But they won't do anything about the person that slept with his wife, and his wife, cheating on him, committing adultery, and he's still with her, fighting for her, and all that, man. An entanglement. That's adultery either way you look at it, man. But let's get to the scriptures. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. We see what the devil's plans are, the things he tries to do. We see right through it, man. Because this is ultimately part of their sorcery, their witchcraft, things that they do, in social media to push their own narrative, their story that they want to twist, the words of people and to push it out the way they want it. To cause distractions, commotions, to keep the eyes away from what they're really doing behind the scenes, and people that are starting to realize, so what do? Cause a commotion, cause, drama, and, people will jump and it's like, we'll jump right at it, man, and seek it. See what they're playing at, what the things they're trying to do, and, we see right through it, man, ultimately. If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and call y'all Bashim Shai 144 top left, man. Lower one, we're part of that number. But it's ultimately clear as day to see, the things that they do, because it's happened multiple times, for a while now. If you have really been looking to the things that they do, especially at the awards shows, and which ultimately, when you look at that, the award shows that they have with MTV and other places also, a lot of satanic rituals taking place. And tons of wickedness, in it. But I see with this, nothing but, a distraction, a gimmick to keep the people's eyes away from what's really going on. And show you just how big of a simp, a cuck that, Will Smith is, man. Allowing his woman to sleep with another man, doing nothing about it, and still with her, man, fighting for her when she doesn't really want you, man. Ephesians 5:15 through 20. But like I said earlier, ultimately that whole family is through, man. As well, you see with these other celebrities, a lot of them selling out, which, as they have to do certain things behind the scenes, man. If you sell out, take part in rituals, and all the wickedness that goes on behind the scene, if you looked into it. But to see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So we're to be vigilant and be wise in these times, man. Because you have tons of illusions, distractions that are going out that are catching a lot of people. People are getting caught up in these distractions, and these gimmicks that are going out, which is ultimately witchcraft, man. These devils use, especially in the news, the social media outlets that they control, to twist the narrative, to twist the stories the way they want it. But it's redeeming the time because the days are evil. We're in some very terrible times, man. And like I said multiple times, it's nothing but a gimmick, man. A distraction to keep people's eyes from what's really happening and going on. You know? To keep people distracted, occupied in other things, you know? So they can just move freely when people are not looking. You know, like I said earlier, it happens in many cases, man. As wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but filled with the Spirit. Speak to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making a melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks for all things unto the Most High and the Father, in the name of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. But the main point was 15, 16. It says, walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. We're redeeming time because the days are evil. We're in some very evil and terrible times, man. We gotta be wise and be vigilant because as you see illusions, distractions going out to try to keep you away from what's really going on. But we have our eye open, man. Our spiritual eye. Focus on prophecy, things that these devils are trying to do. We are warning you about it and telling you. But as Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 through 12 says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. You're seeing temptations going out, distractions, illusions, Verse 12, Slakia. Said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. These elites controlling things behind the scenes, doing certain things to cause, commotions, order out of chaos, causing all this destruction and, confusion out there to ultimately usher in a so-called solution to solve the problems. And also just many things that you see right here. I see with this gimmick, this distraction. But it says, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. We also have the spiritual demon Satan trying to keep you distracted. You have demons being sent onto us, trying to keep you occupied in certain things, keep you in a lower state in this truth, keep you from leveling up and progressing. But we gotta remain focused and be vigilant, man. So we don't get caught up in these things, man. So we're able to resist the wiles of the devil, especially things that these devils are doing behind the scenes. These elites trying to cause confusion, trying to cause commotion, distractions. We see right through that, man. And if you don't have the whole armor of the Most High on you, you're going to get caught up in distraction and you're going to be weak to it. You're going to get caught up in your lies. Verse 12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. There you go. These are the last few scripts I got. Don't want to drag this lesson too long, but Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 26. Say, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But, as you see, Will Smith's wife committed adultery. And they call it an entanglement to try to, loosen the blow to make it seem like it wasn't as bad as it seemed. But it's adultery either way you look at it. And you have people defending it, supporting it. It's fine that she did that. They're in an open relationship or whatever they like to say. It's adultery either way you look at it. There's just no if or buts about it. And of course you have Will Smith still loving his wife, still wanting to be with her, still fighting for her. But watch this. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. As you see, her pride got hurt. She was mad, rolling her eyes. Will Smith was laughing at the joke, But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. And you have Will Smith getting roasted, people making memes about him, making skits, and calling him out for the thing that he does, smacking a person for making a joke, but won't smack the person that laid with his wife, But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. There you go. And these last few scripts I got, and Lord, when you're edified. But first, it's like his first Ezra, chapter 4, verse 26 says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for a woman. This dude is a simp, man. And which ultimately, you see the wicked thing that these celebrities do. A lot of them sell out. A lot of them are a bunch of homosexuals. A lot of these rappers, and all that, man. Selling out, selling their body, their whole family. It's not done, but wickedness going on behind the scenes in that industry. But it says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for a woman. And it's not just, an industry. You have a bunch of simps out there, man. It just shows you how backwards things are in this wicked queendom, man. It says, and become servants for their sakes. Pure confusion, man. But I think it's the last scripture. The other one I hit the point. Luke chapter 12, verse 2 to 3. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. The things, his gimmicks, his lies that he likes to push out is being revealed, man. Stage, distraction, I mean, it's clear as day, especially if you look into the things that they do behind the scenes, and if you know about what goes on in this industry, it's not but wickedness and confusion, man. So it's clear as day. But it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Their works, their gimmicks are starting to not work anymore. That witchcraft, that they're being revealed, man. It says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. Those secrets that you usually keep, in secret, in hiding, they are being revealed, man, are being brought to light. And that which he has spoken in the ears and closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So those secrets that you're telling behind the scenes and disclosed doors, are being brought to light and being exposed, man. Now you see the gimmicks, the distractions that he usually would do, being called out for a bit. It's like it, being called out for it and getting caught in a lie, man. But, pretty much at the point, just make a quick lesson, go into this. How it's ultimately a distraction, we have 100% stage. These are two, high-rated actors that are in the industry that make tons of movies with, many different plots that are smacked in the face, punched in the movies. I mean, come on. And then Will Smith, after doing this, receives a reward for acting. It's clear as day. If you have the eyes to see what's going on in the comments. But yeah. You get the point. Though when you edified, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Ashai, Bashem Dash, the Barnes the Apostles, and also of great millstone teaching us his truth. Peace and blessing, hope like Israel, and Shalom.